So I know we talk a lot about physical health. We've posted a lot of videos on healthy recipes, on the importance of exercise, on the benefits of quality sleep, and it's a really important aspect of health. I believe, and I'm sure you believe as well, that health is more than just physical wellness. For me, it's like a tripod. There's mind, body, and soul. And if one of those are kind of out of whack or a bit, funny, it's hard to stay healthy. And if our mental state is off, we're not as motivated to do things like go out for a run. And something I wanted to touch on today, because in the past week I lost someone very close to me. He was an amazing mentor of mine, both in faith as well as he taught me how to play bass guitar. And I can't thank him enough. And he has been such an incredible person in my life. He's such a beautiful soul. I'm in awe of how many lives he touched, and I just want to first of all thank him for that. I've lost a lot of people close to me. I've lost family members, and I've lost another mentor earlier in life, and they all seem too young. There's never a right time for someone close to you to pass away, but how that affects our mental health is so important. There's a book that I read and it was made into a motion picture as well, called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. I read it when I was detoxing in Thailand, which was kind of a great transition and cleanse for me, both physically as well as mentally and emotionally. But one thing that always stuck with me was their chapter, and this isn't a spoiler, please read the book or see the movie or whatever, but there's this one section where there's a teacher, a mentor in this kid's life, teaching him to be a peaceful warrior, to be this great person. And, he's viewed as highly regarded, and his shop and his home, that was his everything, like his life, burned to the ground. And this kid sees this man, and the man falls to the floor in tears and just sobs, and the kid kind of thinks to himself, like, I thought, he's meant to be a peaceful warrior, he's meant to be stronger than this, and he feels terrible for the man. And then just as soon as he had fallen to the floor and started sobbing, the man stands back up and turns to the kid, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it's something paraphrasing, it's something to the essence of, we're all meant to feel emotions, and all of our emotions and feelings are valid, and they should be validated. But it's important to feel those sadness, feel that, grief, and then to move on from it. So it's important to feel it and then let it go. And that kind of always stuck with me, because I think in our minds, these strong people, or at least in my mind, strong people or yogis or the enlightened, they're all meant to be above it, kind of above that feeling of depression or guilt or, sadness or grief, as if, being a positive person means never being sad. Now, I don't mean to make this, it sound controversial, because I also know that depression and those thoughts can be chemical imbalances in the brain, and I'm not making light of that. But for the majority of us, it really is a choice to move on from those things. So I guess the point of this video was to strive to share the importance of mental health for me, and so I'm taking this all, as a personal thing, and everyone's different, but personally it's been a really rough year, and I very easily could have chosen to be it's been tough, people should feel bad for me. I could have played a pity card a lot of the time. I could have really made it worse by getting into that negative thinking. And being an optimistic person isn't always being happy, but it's, finding light in life. Not even light of the situation, because some situations just suck, Some have no explanation other than, this is crap. Something bad happened to me, and I let that go, and I take whatever lesson I can from it, and then I move forward. And it's so important, because the more we wallow, like I said, that does affect our physical health. So we have increased cortisol levels due to stress in those times, which can increase our susceptibility to disease or flus or colds. It lowers our immune system. It really plays with the dopamine and serotonin levels in our brain, and it can affect our sleep cycles, and then that can affect our cortisol levels even more, and the pattern kind of repeats itself. We can gain weight, we can lose weight, we can easily become unhealthy in these times. And I think people really forget that our mental and emotional state is just as important as our physical state of health. So that's what this video is to remind you of, is that if you have those low moments, if you have those times of grief and sadness, please do whatever you need to, talk to someone, do some yoga, go for walks, pray, meditate, see a counselor, whatever it is you need to do to, bring you back to that positive way of life, because, all in all, it is a good life, and we make of it what we make of it. It really is up to us in the end. And so I'm sorry this was a bit of a rambly one, or a bit of a vent, but I just really wanted to bring that forward, especially in the holiday season, because it did just happen, and it could easily ruin the holidays for myself, for everyone else who knew him. And I'd rather think of it as a very thankful time, that I even have the blessing of saying that he was close to me. So I hope you take that into consideration in terms of health long term. I hope that you read that book, or books like it. Paulo Coelho is another great author. And I hope you have a happy, healthy day and a happy, healthy holiday season. And I'm so blessed to have you in my life, Anika. Thank you for joining me on this journey, and I'll see you next time.